Okay guys, welcome to the arena. We're going to jump straight into for the coverage of the videos. This is a continuation on my my talk about what we're going to go for in terms of using our skill sets and obviously strategies you can use in the actual arena itself. So obviously our friend here is a warrior and it's quite a good combo, so I kind of like it with the Warlock when you pair yourself up with a melee DPS. Okay, so that's pretty much what he's going to be going for. So we're going to be going all out on this Hunter and effectively trying to DPS him down to death. And the reason why I guess we're going for the Hunter is DK's got a lot of abilities, such as self-heal and a lot of defensive cooldowns which you can use as well. So the focus here really is to get that Hunter as hard as we can. I'm just going to... Okay, we're just going to go straight into it. I'm going to pop down my Blood Horror ability. And the reason why I'm popping that down and charging in for the Hunter is... And I'm just going to... Oh, I think I just missed my dot application, unfortunately. I'm going to break the CC just to get a haunt on him. And I'm going to throw the fear on the DK. And the reason why for this is I want to keep him sort of away from the Hunter. And really, I mean, our focus here is to get this Hunter down. We've got him to a pretty low standard. We'll go for another soul drop. And that was a pretty big hit in terms of using some significant curses. I'm going to use my defensive cooldown. I'm going to chase up this Hunter. He should be dead. With the amount of curses that we're thrown on him, that's just going to slowly tick him away, so he should be all good. We're going to go for the Unstable Affliction. Now we're going to go straight onto the DK and pretty much apply our dots. What I I guess you could say, failed in that video there, is with my application of my skills, I kind of opened up without the Unstable Affliction. And I mean, I did say in my previous video you shouldn't really do that, but in terms of this group that we're versing against now, I'm just going to actually pop that cooldown just to increase the damage of my curses. And just keep mobile. I'm going to throw down... I think I'm just going to... Well, we got him anyway, guys. So really in that strategy there, we focused on the Hunter, we bursted him down, I tried to get myself in a good position and also apply a CC on the class we're not focusing. So I guess you could call that sort of like a tactic where you try CC the class that you don't want to do damage to and really focus as much as you can on the other side. A little bit easier in that matchup, guys, obviously, because it was not a healer, but of course a viable strategy, no doubt. Let's jump into some more arenas and see what else we can come up against and talk about some combos that work. Bit of a side talk, guys, for our next matchup. Thinking about combos, not just about who you should go for with your opponents, because we'll talk about that as that comes. I also want to talk about some other tactics you could go for your team. Oh, this is kind of messy, so I reckon Pala. I'll go back to the team. Obviously, you can do any sort of combo you wish to do when you're jumping in the arena. And basically, it really depends on what your sort of playstyle. I like to be tiered off with a melee DPS. So the reason why I like that is you've got your range caster and you've got someone that can get in their face. As for the team, the reason why we went for the Ret Paladin is Frostmage has a couple of applications of saves that he can use on himself. And really, it's all about hitting that Ret Paladin. That's where the maximum damage is, and he just charged right in there, didn't he? I'm going to throw down my dot burst on him. I'm going to ignore the mage. Here he is. Here, I'm going to actually throw a fear down. The reason why I threw that fear down is I'm going to go for the Blood Horror. I'm going to go for that second application of my dot, throw it onto the priest, go for a heal. A fear on the actual mage, because obviously right now the paladin is going to be popping all of his cooldowns because he just bubbled and finding as much as he can ways that he can increase his life here. So that's really his key goal in nailing this. So I'm going to teleport out of here because I'm getting channeled quite hard. So I'm going to pop out of there and I'm just going to throw some more curses from afar. And there we go, we should have him. And the other reason why you want to go for that paladin is, honestly, with the paladin there, he does have the ability to bubble, but the other reason why we targeted that paladin so significantly is because of his ability to off-heal. And what I mean by off-heal is he has the ability to heal up the mage, so we really don't want that mage. I already didn't need a trinket proc there at all, guys. I obviously saw that. I'm just here to cast some curses. Curses on the opponent. And the reason why that you want to focus that paladin on that spec that can do that off-healing is you don't want him to sit back there and while you're channeling the mage freezes himself and the paladin starts to heal him up. So that's henceforth the why we channeled him hard, which worked quite well for us. Alright, so we're going to jump into some more, and we're going to keep talking some random strategies and really showing you on why we're focusing for that person. I'm going to try to talk a little bit more about the why or how it's working for us. So let's jump into some more. Alright guys, the next opponent we're up... Oh, look, a heals combo. So really with the heals combo, we really want to try burst down the priest. And the reason why I want to do that is, yeah, pretty much he's on the same page as I am, which is great to see. Is that Fury Warrior in this matchup has no way of healing the Priest. There is no sort of abilities he can use to really supplement that ability. And because he is a Holy Priest, we need to start smashing him as hard as we can. And in the process, we want to CC the Fury Warrior. There isn't going to be too much stealth play from these two, so let me place my port and then run in. Because last match, if you saw before, Spartable shot straight into it, and I probably just in time managed to drop down the dot combo that I need to, or my burst macro, which I use. So I'm going to pop my Blood Horror. They're fighting way beyond where we want them to be fighting, and now I'm going to be casting some Fears, and he's just going to leave him there. That's a really bad idea. So obviously that Priest is just hiding in place because he wants to burst down heal that Fury Warrior. So what we really want to be doing here, guys, is, and that's alright, I'm going to pop my Trinket on my defensive cooldowns, and I'm going to pop on my defensive burst. The reason why I'm popping that down is we want that to be doing maximum damage to him as well. So I'm going to pop this down here, I'm going to go for a Soul Burn, I'm going to pop in there for the speed boost. The reason why I'm going for the speed boost, we just want to be a little bit more nimble and apply some of those dots onto that Priest. So the Shadow Priest does have that, obviously, that ability allows her to get out of harm's way for that period. We're going to go for the Disrupt there on the Shadow Priest. A Howl of Terror, an application of some of our dots on the Warrior, and really, unfortunately, the Warrior is going to be channeling us quite hard for the series of this. So we really need to important that we're versing that Holy Priest with his ability to sort of interrupt our afflictions and our curses, is to sort of really open up with that unstable affliction, because it's really going to be the one to hold the merit. Unfortunately, in a healer combo like this, their advantage is to try and get me down as much. They went for the caster. You know, we tried very well there. I could have probably been a lot better. It's a little bit hard while I'm talking in this video, but I could have really applied a lot more fears on the Warrior for what he was doing. And unfortunately, with a combo like this, the Priest is just going to constantly heal himself up, unfortunately. So we missed that one. But that's okay, guys. And I guess it's really important to show you these videos here when you miss those plays and you lose, that you can see some combos if you were to go a Holy Priest against a Fury Warrior. It didn't quite work out for us. And really what that probably was, when I'm thinking about it now, is the Holy Priest stayed in a great position, and that Warrior pretty much kept us busy from getting to him. I probably didn't do enough CC management to do enough, I guess, diversion on the Warrior to get him away, and unfortunately it's just let us out to lose. So we have lost this one, but that's okay, guys, because we're still learning along the way, and you know, it is a journey whenever you start to do these arena matches, and the more you play it, the more you learn. But hopefully in the next one we can give you a lineup. But what we're all about, honestly, being the double DPS push, we're all about that burst damage as much as we can. So sometimes the burst isn't enough to get through to the wall of healing and the damage, but our Warrior, Spartable, is giving it his best crack anyway. Let's jump into another, see what else we can come up against. Just a bit of disclaimer as well, guys. I know I've released some other content out before, but I want to let you know, agreed, we would need to go for the Priest. Priest. Oh, he's talking about previous match. No, we need to go the Warrior. I'm not too concerned about the Rogue as such. Done. Yeah, sorry, just got lost there in a bit of the chat. But basically, just a bit of a disclaimer, I am not like a high-riding super pro, or claim to be some super pro arena player. Basically, I am learning. This is a journey for me. This is my first time doing this sort of gameplay, doing the arenas, and really getting into my PvP. I'm really enjoying it, though. I'm enjoying making the videos, and I'm enjoying learning a lot about what PvP is all about in WoW. I realize I have a little bit to go in terms of learning everything, but you know what? I'm having an absolute ball of a process. So obviously they're coming for the channel on me. I'm going to pop my defensive cooldowns, and I am going to try to drop as much damage as I can, but unfortunately, you know, they're just absolutely hammering me with that damage. I managed to get a fair bit off on the Rogue, but it just wasn't enough there, guys. I probably could have done a little bit better in terms of dropping those dots on my opponents. The Rogue did get away, and unfortunately the dots are off him. They managed to get me quite well. But hopefully, let's release here and see the rest of this battle go. I was probably talking a little bit too much and not doing enough CCs, and I think that's what's failed me over there. The beauty of it with this matchup, however, is Spartable did manage to pierce down the Assassination Rogue. So it's really good to him, hat off to him, and he nailed it, and it pretty much is now Warrior versus Warrior. Good work, man. Good job. So really, I really like to tier myself in terms of partners, now that we've got some time to talk. I really like to tier myself off with DPS class, that's melee, when I do the double DPS down. And sometimes a Hunter as well. I'm finding 2 spellcasters though. I don't know, I know it does work and you do get the double mage combos, but I'm quite liking the ability of having that melee in that battlefield as well. Obviously in 2s there's a little bit different gameplay to 3s in terms of how you're going to approach it, but of course in 3s you'll notice that you have rush groups as well, you have 3 DPS. Yes, that was a great match, we survived it through thanks to Spartable. Let's jump into another one to see who we come up against and really talk about what else we can do in terms of channeling the enemy opponents and really talk about why we're doing it. Okay guys, let's check it out. Oh my god, Shaman. We can smash this guy hard. No, I think that's achievable. I mean, the reason why we're going for the Shaman guy... I mean, the reason why is the way I have seen lately, if you charge him... yeah, he may smoke me, yeah. And he might hex me as well. So let's just charge in, and the reason why I say let's just charge in. The reason they're probably not going to expect us to charge in. They're probably not going to have a stealth application there. Oh my god, is that free damage? Get him, beast. Oh yeah, so now we're just going to throw it down a demonic circle, and the reason for that is we just need a little bit to the side here, pop our trinket. We should probably activate a demonic circle because one of our tiers allows us to increase our versatility to an extreme level after just using that actual teleport itself. So we should be able to nail him here. I just need that drain soul to kick off, and we got him. And beautiful, guys. So we're just going to fly our dots. He's probably going to give up at this point. The warrior's pretty beefed up. I've got another horn coming his way. Reapplication of dots. This is pretty much it, guys. What a whammy. And you can just see how really focusing down that healer, I did a reasonable amount of application of CCs on, well, what I could. I think I CC'd once. It probably wasn't the best, but we got it. Okay guys, let's jump in for one more quick arena, and I've got a little bit of a surprise for the next video because we've grinded a fair bit of conquest over the last couple of weeks of with the arena matches we've been doing, and it's finally time to get our weapon. Okay guys, for this next one we should go for the Windwalker. The reason why I want to be going for that Windwalker is, again, he does have that ability to heal, and I guess he makes him a very viable target for us to catch up on, and really to take down first. The Rogue, I'm pretty sure Spartable is in more than a fine form and position to take that Rogue up 1v1. As for what we've been waiting for is we finally got the Gladiator Staff, so that's going to be an important integral part of boosting us up in the arena. So I'm quite happy that I've saved up enough of the conquest point to actually get one of the weapons. So this is going to be a significant boost for the toon. We're just going to activate this here anyway. I know there's a high chance we're about to get smacked by a rogue, but as soon as this is over, we'll pop out 4 defensive cooldowns and hopefully all apply. And then we're going to throw down that dot there. Windwalker, we're also going to throw down another dot on there and activate that teleport for the boost of speed. And we're going to start running, or at least really just trying to peel that rogue off us and really leaving him to do the awful thing and leave his ally completely defenseless against our onslaught. So I am just hoping for a few more seconds. I might have a trinket proc just to get them off me again. And reapply those dots. The Windwalker is down, and look at that, beautiful. We nailed it again. Going for the burst of dots just in case I die. And the drain of soul. So awesome improvement on the weapon. We did quite well there. A lot of the burst damage, I must hat it off to Spartable there. It was really just me running around, taking that damage and kiting. And it looks like it worked quite well for the strategies we took up with the warrior. I hope you enjoyed the coverage I did of the Warlock when I revisited in the arena, and I hope when I've sort of talked about why we're going for the classes, sort of give you an idea of who you should be challenging in a 2v2 environment. And I really had fun. I'm quite happy I finally capped with the Warlock and got the weapon this week. And as always, guys, thanks for watching.